Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Nice. People are coming in. Let me know if you can hear me. And of course, you can probably see me. I'm gonna unbox these things today. All right. Sound is perfect. Awesome. Thank you, folks. I gotta be honest with you right now, because I ordered a bunch of these laptops. A lot of them. So 3 of them came today, but I don't know which ones these are. Now I can probably guess because 2 of them are from Microsoft and one of them is in a weird, ugly box. I don't know which one's from Microsoft. So should we start with the Microsoft or with the ugly box? What should we do first? By the way, folks, Lenovo's are not available till like July. So that's gonna be a little bit. All right, I'm planning to get one in there. I'm getting a lot of votes for the ugly box and Microsoft too. I don't know, maybe we'll do a poll or something. It doesn't mean that I'm not gonna open both of them. I will still review all these laptops that are coming and do some tests, but I just wanna know like what's a good starting point. How do I do a, what's this? I wanna do a poll. I still suck at streaming. I don't do it often enough. Anyway, you know what? Let's just open both of them. Why the heck not? All 3 of them. Yeah, so I was saying, I have a bunch of these on order. I only got 3 of them today. Lenovo's delayed until July. And HP is delayed. They just sent me an email just now saying that they're not going to be shipping until like next week because of popular demand, whatever that means. But based on the interest in the poll that I did the other day, that's like the least interesting one to people. I don't know. What do you think? Is HP Omen interesting to you folks? Hey, Alphabet Dot, I know you want Surface. I know you want it. So just because you keep saying Surface doesn't mean I don't see that you're the one saying it. All right, we'll start with the one on top. How's that? Gotta add though that, can you see that? I don't know which is a better angle over here. I gotta add that these are brand new boxes, brand new machines from brand new boxes, and doing like good benchmarking on them. We're gonna do some stuff, but it's gonna take a few days to do that, just because the system needs to settle down with all its updates and all the other stuff that's gonna be available in the next couple of days. So that will be coming. All right. That's a nice box. That's a nice looking box, I gotta say. Look at that. Beautiful. Microsoft is doing a good job with their packaging. So this one is okay. It's this one. It's the I'll give you the specs. All right, it's the Surface laptop, Snapdragon X Elite, 16 gigabytes, 500. What? Okay, 16 gigabytes Go RAM, GT RAM, 512 gigabytes Go GT Black. Whatever Go GT means, I don't know. Oh, look at this. They're doing the whole like Apple unboxing experience. Not exactly, but it's supposed to be nice and easy, right? So let's pop this open. Okay. Very nice packaging, I gotta say. This is better than the Volterra box that they did. That was the last Microsoft machine that I had in here. Okay. Oh. Feels like a nice device. I think it's plastic. I'm not sure, actually. I don't even know. It feels very metallic, but the bottom feels plastic. The top feels metallic. I don't know why would they use two different materials. It doesn't make sense. But it's not cold, and it's not cold for one of two reasons. I just got it. I had to chase down the UPS driver because I don't know when they're gonna be here. So it might have been in the truck for a little bit. As far as the size, wow, look at that size. It's like identical almost to the MacBook. No, it's a little bit different. So I lined them up on the bottom, and you can see that the Surface device is peeking up back there behind the MacBook. So it's a little bit longer, I guess, but they're very close. What else comes in the box? Let's see. Oh, okay. Power. I hopefully won't need this. According to the marketing materials, I won't be needing this till tomorrow, right? So I'm throwing this out. Just kidding. It's going on the floor for a while. Now we'll check the battery to see how much battery we have. All right, that's machine 1. Now machine 2, any guesses what's in here? It's also from Microsoft. It could be one of two other things. Thank you, SAAI. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. MacBook Air killer? I don't know. We'll see. So, Yesun Jimenez, do you going to do testing today? Yes, I will be doing a little bit, whatever I can do live, but things that are going to involve more software developer related deeper tests, like with installations of IDEs and things like that, that might be a few days from now. But it's exciting, that's for sure. All right, let's open up this next box, which is also a Surface device. Whoa. Okay. What? Look at that. The packaging is hot, I gotta say. That one was black. This one is white. Any guesses? It's gonna be different than the one I already opened. So, how different is it though? Let's take a look. I wonder if the laptop, what color the laptop is. Now, a disclaimer: I bought all these myself. Nobody sent them to me. Now I'm confused. Like, is this box white because of the type of processor that's in here, or is it white because I picked the silver color? I don't know. So, another Surface laptop, but this time we've got, look at that, X Plus, baby. You weren't expecting that one, were you? Why is your play button dangling like that, Alex? Well, you know. Dune? Why are people saying Dune? Well, this one person is saying Dune. I don't know what that means. So, X Elite, X Plus. The X Plus, for those of you that don't know, it's like the lower end spec. So don't expect that much more performance from this, or that much performance from this one. It's more of a, I'd say, a consumer-oriented device. But I still wanted to test it out because, oh, color is Dune. Thank you, Toad Guy. Total Guy. I see your comments all the time in my videos, but I never said your name out loud. Total Guy? All right. Hopefully that's right. Yeah, it's a nice color if it's Dune. Like it. All right. Mystery box. What's in here? It's like all beat up. I hope the laptop survived. Aha! Final guesses? Nope. Asus? Nope, it's not an Asus. This thing is big. Why is it such a big box? I don't understand. It's not like a huge computer. All right. It's a Galaxy Book. Galaxy Book 4 Edge. And if you saw my video from last week, this was the laptop that was causing a little bit of a stir in the benchmarking world because, well, we were getting all sorts of benchmarks from Geekbench that were all over the place. And I don't know why. It could be because of the balanced or high performance power mode. All right. What a huge box. Is there another seal? It could be because the machines were making updates. It could be because Samsung decided to put different motherboards in their machines. So I don't know what the answer is. So we got a little brick. What's the power here? I need my old person glasses. It doesn't say. It doesn't say the wattage. Or maybe I'm just not seeing it. Nah, whatever. Alright, let's take a look at the laptop. Okay, they give you a nice cable. Okay. That's just to get it out. I see. Hey. That's not bad. It's pretty good looking. It definitely feels plastic, but it feels solid. We got a grill back here, and if that's the speaker grill, I'll be a little concerned where the sound is gonna go. Because those holes look very much like speaker holes. Oh no, there's speaker holes over here. I can see through the little mesh here. The black slits on the sides, on the bottom, are speaker holes. Okay. So I've been doing a lot of my video editing with just MacBook Pro speakers. And it was fine because they sound so good. I haven't found a single Windows laptop that sounds as good as that. All right, here we go. It says Snapdragon X Elite, and we're gonna take a look at the exact specs in a moment here. But yeah, there is no speakers up on top at all. It's very clean, but they do give you a numpad. And I don't know about you, I find that to be distracting and a waste of space, to be honest. Because that's where I put my my hands. I don't want to like accidentally hit keys over there. Why do I need to enter numbers on that way, on that side? I don't. Let's take a look at a Surface. Oh, by the way, I'm planning to do the tests on the X Plus later, compared with the X Elite and an Intel Surface from the last generation. So that'll be a video coming up too. But I guess most people are here to see what the most powerful machines are capable of, which would be the X Elite. So we'll go for that one. And yeah, it just started right up when I opened it, so there it goes. All right, let's see. What are people saying? Which variants of the X Elite and the X Plus? So the X Plus only has one variant right now that Qualcomm announced, and they do all have different variants of the X Elite, which is a very good point to know, because they're gonna have different performance. The one with the highest is the Samsung. This one has the 80 variant. But for some reason, when I open the lid, it doesn't just turn on. Why would that be? Let's push the button and see if that works. Okay. Setting up a new machine. I love it. This part, Microsoft has done a good job at making this part look better. But it's still a lot of steps. It's a lot. Like, you know, why are they asking me about the keyboard layout? That's very unnecessary in my opinion. Just go with a default because that's what I ordered, right? And I'm gonna connect this to Wi-Fi, so you can't watch me doing that. Okay, something's happening. This one is not working. Oh, wrong password, come on. All right. Now, is this thing gonna make me log in to a Microsoft account? Probably. Next. Checking for updates. What's going on, Samsung? Why is your machine not turning on? Do I need the power cable? All right, I already have a block over here, so I'll just use that. Accept. Plug it in. That's kind of a bummer that this thing is not charged. This. You see that? It says June 7, 2024, which is wrong, 63%. So it does have some juice. Oh, I needed to hold the button down longer. All right, that's fine. Samsung Galaxy secured by Knox. Surface. I'm gonna name the device here Surface Elite. That's a boring name, but whatever. Okay, just a moment. Just a moment. Here we go. Any questions over there so far? Will you be doing ML tests on these machines? Plan to. Yes. Master Phoenix, welcome. For the tiny letters, always use magnifying glass. I gotta get one of those in here.
To set up your device using a screen reader, turn on narrator by pressing Windows plus Control plus Enter.
Alex was too slow. It's complaining that I was too slow, I guess. Alright, so the Surface is almost done connecting here. These numpads are gonna mess me up, I'm telling you. Okay, so I might as well tell you how it feels to type on these. I'm not liking the Samsung one right now, but it could just be because I'm not used to it. By the way, the pricing here is very different. The Samsung machine is considerably more than the Surface machine. We're getting you the latest features. Check out what your new Copilot PC is capable. And I gotta mention a little thing about that. I don't care much for the Copilot features, to be honest with you. Now, it's nice that it has the I'll certainly test that out with LLMs and see if I can hit the NPU. Qualcomm is offering their AI hub. I might do a video about that. But this Copilot key, these machines have a Copilot key. This one and this one. It's a dedicated key for triggering the Copilot somehow. I don't know if that's context aware, like within the application, if you hit that key, if it's just gonna start taking over or what. But I don't really care too much about that. You know, my job is to test this from a developer perspective. I'm gonna give a little bit more than that, I think, because other people might be interested in my perspective as well. They're not developers. I also do other things than development, so I'll test this out, but I don't think I'm gonna delve too much into the Copilot aspects of this. Alright, folks. This might turn into just an unboxing. Because apparently your Windows updates is in progress, and this could take around 30 minutes? Are you serious? Are you serious? I might have a way to speed that up. I might. I had a bunch of tests lined up for today. You know, that's how Windows is. It has its own plans for me. All right, so I can't even get to the desktop right now to see anything like task manager, system information, or anything like that. So we'll see how long this takes. But let me plug in. I have a little adapter here for these up a little bit. And you know what? Who knows? Maybe some people are gonna want to see the X Plus as well. So I'll pop that open and get it going too. And by the way, I will be reading the comments after this video is posted, and we'll see like what people want to see. I do have a list of tests that I'm planning to make videos on. It's a pretty long list, so I'm gonna have to prioritize. Oh, I do have some measurements to take, and just been waiting for these machines for a while. And the promise here is a couple of things. One is they're gonna be quiet. Two, they're gonna last a long time. And three, they're not gonna get as hot. So right now this one is at 30 degrees. Surface Laptop X Elite is at 30 degrees. That's pretty good. 31 for the Samsung. And they are quiet. They're nearly silent.
To set up your device
you
using
be quiet,
a screen
you.
reader, turn on narrator by pressing Windows plus Control plus Enter. For more
Come on. Seriously? Yeah, I would consider that silent. That is really good. That is incredible. Because right now, if these were Intel-based machines, I'd be hearing all sorts of noise and fans, and yeah, that's pretty good. Linux. All right, what kind of Linux test? Are we talking about WSL? Because that's definitely planned. This trackpad looks odd. All right, I'd say the nicest looking machine right now is this one, this black colored Microsoft Surface laptop. It looks really nice. I have a couple of fingerprints on top. So there's gonna be that, But this one, the white one, it looks nice. It's not white, sorry, it's silver. But I find this to be kind of pretty ugly. Like this combination. The gray keys with the gray touchpad, it's just, I don't know. I don't like that. Now the Samsung has the gray keys, that's fine, but at least the trackpad is the same color as the background. So that's acceptable. By the way, the Samsung trackpad is huge. This thing is huge. I'm talking about the trackpad. I know what you were thinking. All right. So we've got 18.4 centimeters diagonal. What about this MacBook? Well, the MacBook is bigger. 18.5. All right. I like a nice big surface. I don't mean surface, I mean surface for the trackpad. Schwarzenegger in the house. So, all right. I gotta figure out how to do a poll here. All right, I'm adding a poll about Linux. Because I'm getting a lot of requests about that. Let me add an option here. I don't know if this is going to be the best options here, but go ahead and do that poll and see. What? Slow down, people. Slow down. All right, all you Linux pressers. This one's doing a BIOS update now. So we're still doing some updates. I hope to get to a couple of tests during the stream. And by the way, I've got a bunch of all these other machines on the way, and I don't know if we'll do more live streams. If you like this kind of format, this unboxing, let me know. It's a bit informal, and I don't do it very often, so I'm not that great at it, but whatever, you know. I know you people like to know ahead of time, as soon as I get these things, how it feels to unbox them. Oh, definitely should have expected this. I should have guessed this was gonna happen. So 59% right now on Linux. Yes. WSL is fine. Schwarzenegger not doing so well in this one. People want me to fix the play button. All right, Sarang Vihali says, how far does the laptop screen go back? Good question. Might as well while we're waiting. So there's the Surface. You'll probably see a lot of comparisons with the MacBook Air because these class of machines are kind of targeting that. They're not targeting MacBook Pros necessarily. So they're gonna try to match whatever Apple is doing, and pricing wise as well. So here's the MacBook Air, and here's the Surface. They go back just about the same amount. They're about. And it's like it might be a slightly bigger screen on the Surface. We'll see when Windows pops up, hopefully one of these days. The keyboard layout, slightly different, a little bit different. MacBook gives you full functions, which is kind of nice. This one has half keys for the function row. Now, I don't get haptic feedback right now on the Surface because it's still updating. I kind of have a preference for the clickiness of the MacBook keys. As far as travel, it's about the same. I'd say there's a little bit more travel on the Surface keys. The keys feel good. I don't know about my accuracy, and I'm not a typist, so I can't really do those kinds of tests for speed. But just from the feeling of it, the keys feel very different, but they still feel good. There's enough spring in them, but there's more tension than on the MacBook keys. All right, what's going on with this one? I'll put that one away for now. What about this guy? I don't like the sound of that one. The Galaxy. More testing to be done. I'm just not used to it. All right. I'm sure those keys are fine. The travel feels pretty good. I actually kind of like the travel on the Galaxy. It's just that sound, that woomphy body sound. It's like when I'm hitting a key, it goes into a large cavity kind of sound. You know, like you're hitting a cello or something. You probably can't hear that from over there, but that's what it sounds like. It's not small. It's a woofy sound. Hey, look at that. It looks like this thing is going to ask me to log in to my Microsoft account. Okay. Sign in options. If there's a way to bypass this, I'll try and do that. What is this? Face, fingerprint, or security key? iPhone, iPad, or Android device? Well, it's still gonna ask me to do it. I guarantee it. But at least this way I don't have to type in my password. All right. So it's asking me to log in with a QR code for convenience, so I don't have to type in my info, which is good. Oh. Okay. Apparently I don't have one saved. That's fine. It's an option. Oh. What a pain. I'll just use my email. Okay. Getting close, folks. Getting close. How far does the laptop screen go back on the Galaxy? To finish answering that question, the Galaxy goes back further by maybe a degree or two. Can you see that? Just a little bit, but basically almost the same. We're almost on the desktop. I need a pin. Let's do a pin. All right, so I was really curious as far as the actual testing goes. I was curious about those benchmarks from last week. The ones on the Galaxy machine, the ones that were all over the place. So we'll try that. Privacy settings for my device. I don't like sharing any of this, and I wish there was a button that says disable all right now. But they make you do it one at a time. So, yeah. Oh, this thing. They've disabled it. Coming soon. Quickly find things you've seen with recall. I'm sure a lot of people will be curious about what they did with this. So this is the current state. It's not going to be turned on automatically, apparently. It says coming soon. So what does that mean? It doesn't exactly say when it's coming. It says just coming soon. But when it does come, I wonder if they're going to silently turn it on. From what I understand, it's going to be an opt-in situation. So you're going to have to manually turn it on if you want it. But I hope that's the case when it does come, because that would be a pain if they turn it on automatically. So right now it's giving me an option to restore from a previous PC backup, and I have my Volterra box, which is the previous generation, which is the mini desktop PC from Microsoft, and they're not showing me all my other PCs here. They're showing me only my ARM PC, so that might be a thing, a limitation. Or maybe I just need to click on more. Let's see. Oh. Well, never mind then. Set up as a new PC. Set up as a new PC. So they did give me options to restore from other ones, like my other Windows machines. Okay, it's getting things ready for you. We're almost there, folks. We're almost there. What's going on here? Customize your experience. Development. Yes, let's check that. And that's it. Now, when I choose that option, it's going to enable a few different features that I normally go and manually do. I made a video about how to set that up from scratch. I'll link to that video down below for the replay. What is this? No, I'll skip this. This setup is so long. No. Just say no, folks. Just say no. This is what they teach you in school. Just say no. I'm in luck. I've landed a free trial. No thanks. Decline. They still make me want to do it, but I'm not gonna do it. Your device comes free with Xbox. Come on. Let's get serious now. I'm on the desktop. I'm on the desktop. I turned this off in the setup. I said, don't share my location, but it's still asking me. Okay. All right. Folks, this is it. We're on the desktop on this Surface PC, Surface laptop, and the battery, 49%. 49. So, here's Microsoft Edge. I'm gonna pop that open. So I'm gonna tell you about this trackpad, since we're on this, and I'm already experiencing a little bit of a weirdness with it. Now I gotta preface what I'm about to say with, this is the first Surface laptop that I've been trying, so I don't know how to compare it to the previous ones. I did order a Surface previous generation, so I can do a comparison, and that's coming sometime soon. But I'm mostly a Mac user at this point, so that's gonna be my point of comparison to Macs. And yeah, Macs have been kind of known to have good trackpads, so that's what I'm gonna judge it as. Now, the size of this trackpad is about the same as the MacBook Air. It's about the same. It looks a little smaller, and I think it is, but it's close enough. Oh my God, I gotta answer a whole set of questions before I can start browsing. Of course. Speedometer. Let's go to speedometer. And you know what? Let's back up a directory because we want to get the new scores. So we'll do speedometer 3.0. All right, let's kick things off with, this is Edge, and Edge is a Chromium browser, so I'm expecting the score here to be very similar to what Chrome would give me. I didn't install Chrome yet, but I plan to. So we'll see. Hey, look, I have an MacBook Air here. I might as well do a speedometer here too. Go. Now, while that's running, I'm just gonna go over here and finish up Galaxy. don't think you can see that far away. This is gonna bug me, this numpad here. Very annoying. Ooh. Yeah. You saw that, right? Okay. Adrian's, thank you so much. How's the touchscreen? There's a touchscreen? I'm just kidding. Let's test it out. How is the touchscreen? The touchscreen is good. The touchscreen is really nice. What's nice about it is you can just position your window where you want it. That is really cool. Now the actual screen is so light that every time I touch the touchscreen, it kind of dips back and bounces. So, you know, you just got to be very gentle with it. Very gentle. But it works. Let's do a double tap. Yeah, good to go. Now, I do have something that I've been trying out with my MacBook. Yeah, I should probably do that. So this is an espresso display, and I've been using the 15 version right now. Well, this is the case. But yeah, I have it in my backpack, and I've been going around to coffee shops testing it out. This gives your MacBooks a touchscreen, essentially. I may review that one day, but that's pretty cool too. But it's nothing like having a touchscreen right there. I mean, this is like instant responsive. But you do see the scores, right? I mean, you do see the scores, right? So there we go. Now let's take a look at the system information. As somebody pointed out, Toll pointed out, enable performance mode. So right now, don't expect too much from this machine or any of these machines, because right now it just started up. It's going to be downloading all sorts of updates. I want to see how long this is going to last me without even charging it. It's going to last me till tomorrow or the day after. So I want to see how long it's going to go before I do the official battery tests. And we started out at 49%. We're at 48% right now of the battery. Now, if I enable performance mode, it's obviously going to have a negative effect on the battery. So I want to make sure I get the measurements for performance mode but the balance. I think it's on balance probably right now. Let's take a look. System information. So how do I get you to see this? Let's take a look here. Maybe I can plug this thing in and it'll just work. I hope. One thing I gotta note is that the Galaxy machine has an HDMI output. But the Surface machine does not. I was gonna weigh this. Does anybody care about the weight? You can probably find those specs somewhere else. Let me know if you want to know about the weight. And also, what's this at right now? 28 degrees. It cooled down. The Surface machine cooled down while I was standing here. That's pretty good. So, we've got an HDMI output on the Galaxy machine, but the Surface machine does not. It has only USB-C, USB-A, and whatever that is on that side. Let me show you that to you in a second here. So before I plug this in, let me show you what's going on with the ports here. This is the Galaxy machine, HDMI 2 USB-C ports. On the other side, we've got a USB-A, headphones. Is that a TIF card? TF card? It's not labeled, so it looks like a TF card slot, which is like a micro SD card. Now, so that you can see this a little bit better, let me plug this into HDMI. And hopefully that just works out of the box. Ah, very nice. No? How about that one? There we go. This machine right here has the highest X Elite variant. This is the 80, so it's supposed to be the best that they make right now. So the Galaxy machine will kind of be the, I'm looking at it as like the benchmark machine, right? It's going to be what all the other X Elite machines are measured by. Come on, getting things ready. All right, and I want to plug this one in too. Oh, yeah, I was going to show you this. So, yeah, this is the Surface device, and both Surface devices are the same, just the chip is different. So we've got this slot on one side, which I should have read the instructions, but I didn't, because I like to just turn it on and play with it. Anybody know what that is? And on this side we've got headphones, we've got USB-A and 2 USB-Cs. Kind of wish they had the USB-C on the other side, at least one of them, because this is the other side and it doesn't have anything that I use. Do you use that? I don't know. It's for power? Am I am I that dense that I didn't look at the power cord? Let me take a look at this. Ah, yes. Okay. Thank you. I just kind of assumed that this is going to be charged through USB-C, but no, they have like a little MagSafe type of thing. Camera won't pick it up because I'm in the way. I don't know if it's magnetized. Let's give it a shot. Kind of. Yeah, it is. There is a little magnet in there. That's pretty good. It's nice and neat, and it doesn't stick out as much as the Apple one does. So that's very neat. I like that. And it probably works both ways, backwards and forwards. Yeah, that is actually really cool. Way to go, Microsoft, on the design. Really like that. Okay, so let's customize your experience on the Galaxy machine, and I've selected the developer stuff so that it's going to pre-install and it's going to pre-select a few options. I'm going to skip this part. And not now. While that's going on, let me try to hook up this Surface device. I'm in luck. I got lucky so many times today. What's the battery now? It started at 49. Good question. So let's take a look at the battery on this device right here. The Galaxy is at 60. And the Surface device started at 49. And it's just been kind of sitting here. And now it's at 48. So it's okay. The YT image when screen share on Galaxy Book has black screen. We're gonna try and fix that. Okay, so this right here is my Surface machine. Can you see that? We've got Windows 11 Home. Oh man. Okay, we'll deal with that later. Spice Weasel, thank you so much. The internet at large is saying it misses the promised mark by a fairly significant margin. Also, we need the answer to the question, will it run Crysis? Of course it'll run Crysis with an E. Let me just whip up an app. All right, so can you see the screen? Somebody said poor. We've got Surface X Elite. That's the name of my machine. We've got Snapdragon X. It doesn't say X Elite. It just says X. Huh. Okay. 12-core X180. Interesting. So this one is the same chip as the Samsung. Let's take a look at the system information on the Samsung. Here's the Samsung machine. Let me know if you can see this. People are saying enable performance mode. Yes, I will do that, of course, but I want to get a few initial numbers first. I might have said the wrong thing about the system information here, so I just want to pull that up. Okay. So yes, the Samsung is the higher end Snapdragon chip, but it's the 84. Before I said it was 80, I meant 84. And the X Elite chip, which just says X on it. That's weird. So here's the Samsung. It says Snapdragon X Elite, Qualcomm Orion, 4204 megahertz, 12 cores. And here is the Surface laptop. It just says Snapdragon X on it, not X Elite. But that is the X Elite because X1E means X Elite. It does not say all the other things about the processor, like that it's an Orion, 12 Orion cores. But it does say just 12 cores, so I don't know how they present that. Whatever, it's probably the same thing. Just a different variant of it. What else do we have here? We got 16 gigs of RAM. We got 16 gigs of RAM on the Galaxy machine too. And there's one more test that I already ran, but I want to run it again on the Galaxy machine. Look at all the questions I'm going to get just for starting up Edge. Oh. Okay. Let's do this. I got a pretty low score on the Surface device, so I just want to see if this one will be a little bit better. Okay, somebody spamming? So, AXA says 16 is not enough for development system. I'm going to set this up as a developer machine and I'm going to test it out and we'll see. Because saying something like general, like it's not enough, It's it doesn't mean that that's the case necessarily. It might be that it's not enough for certain workflows, but you can't just say it's not enough across the board. Do I like more RAM? Yes, I always like more RAM. Do I think that more RAM is necessary for all the workflows? No, I think that depends on what you're doing. All right, so let's get this going. Okay, I've got 18 and 24 as the result, folks. So yeah, Snapdragon X Elite was redeemed on the Samsung machine. 24. MacBook Air comes in at 33, still a little bit better, but there's some differences here. Okay, this is Chrome, this is Edge. They're a little bit different, even though this project is based on Chromium. So I'm not making excuses. I'm expecting that even if I install Chrome for Windows for ARM here, it's still going to be probably close to that. We know that single core, which is what this test is, this speedometer test is a single core test. We know that it does better on the M3 chips, and it does even better on the M4 chips. What these machines are going to be better at is going to be multi-core stuff. Run Surface test again. Okay, let's try it again. Why not? It's sitting here. Might as well. And let's maximize this window. Oh, that, yeah. You know what I said about the trackpads a little bit earlier? The trackpad looks similar to the MacBook Air, but it feels a lot worse on the Surface device. I'm still getting used to it. I just don't think I'm gonna enjoy that. Although on the Galaxy machine, the trackpad is actually really nice and impressive. All right, who was asking for me to run that again? Because we got a lower score now. Let's run it again here just to be fair. And after this, I'm going to get CPU-Z installed on this. Also, very quiet machines. There's zero sound on my desk, nothing, which I love. It's about time that we got some quiet Windows machines. Oh, this one did better. 25 score on the Galaxy machine, 17 as the latest score on the Surface machine, but the Surface machine went down to 40. Come on, trackpad. This trackpad kind of stinks. I'm sorry, but what? Wait a minute. The trackpad on the Surface device was supposed to be haptic, and now it's just lost all its hapticness. If that's a word. It did. It just, the haptic doesn't work anymore. I didn't do anything, I swear. Well, I did do something in between. I was using the touchscreen. I was dragging the windows around. Maybe that somehow messed up the software. That's just nuts. I was saying that I didn't like the trackpad on this, and now it's mad at me. Wow. Okay. Flo Kunli, thank you so much. Turn on the highest performance mode. Are they on highest performance mode now? Okay, let's take a look at the performance mode. I guarantee you that it's unbalanced. Actually, I don't guarantee you, but let's go with power plan. No, not power plan. Ah, there it is. This is the Surface device. It's set to balanced. So, and I'm betting that this one is also set to balanced. Yeah. So the Galaxy, this is the Galaxy. This one is also set to balanced. So do you think that if I set this to performance or high, that we're gonna get better scores? You might be right. You might be right. You're probably right. However, I'm gonna save that for another video. The more detailed tests about power plants and how they affect the performance of these machines, because I want these machines to settle down. Like Prateem just said, thank you Prateem, run Windows Update. I need to do all that. I need to run the updates. I need to make sure all the latest stuff is down here, because since these machines just landed in people's hands today, they're gonna probably have some updates in the next couple days. So I want to make sure that we have all the latest stuff. Did I miss some super chats? McDowell? Huh. I don't think I did. All right. Let's keep going. Richie says, what does Richie say? Do you want to see some other tests? Change mode and system settings under power. You're on the wrong battery setting. Okay, okay. All right. Since we have a live situation going on here, and everybody wants to see the power plan changed, fine. We'll change the power plan. This is what I like about live, okay? This is good. I just gotta remember how to change the damn power plan. This is gonna require a little bit of copying and pasting. So, let me open this up. Bear with me, folks. Since they don't exactly surface the power plan button for you, click on the battery icon in the corner. Okay. Let's see. There's a couple of things I could do here. One is right here. No. There's an energy saver. Oh, that's to turn on energy saver. We don't want that. See, I need some Windows users to help me out here. So the way I would normally do it is I would go into PowerShell and I would change the scheme manually using powercfg. Any other ideas how I can do that using the UI? That would be easier, so I don't have to copy this long ass GUID. WAN plus power option. Maybe. See, the only thing there right now is the balanced. I need to make the high power mode available for this UI to even have it in here, right? All right, let's see what. Maybe you people have some ideas here. Turn off PCI Express. Click on battery or icon where it says 45. Okay. Yeah. Jay says, no. Sarim says, click on battery icon where it says 45. Huh. Everybody's saying a little bit different things here, but that's what happens. All right. Yeah, I don't see any options here for that. So I'm gonna go about this my way, the way I know how to do it. And I think we'll be able to maybe even figure this out. Bear with me, folks. Just switching some stuff around here. Okay. So, I'm on the Galaxy machine. This is what I normally do for the power mode. So let's go to, what is this? Come on. Oops. This is a brand new machine, folks. So we gotta do a few things, all right? Okay. Flo. Thank you, Flo. Really appreciate that. And Luna RT, settings, system, power, and battery power mode. Folks, let me try it your way. Okay, I'll do one more shot. I'll do one more shot, all right? Settings, system, power, and battery power mode. This is what happens when Windows changes from Windows 7 to Windows 11, all right? I don't know where anything is anymore, okay? Oh, good Lord. All right, system, power, and battery. Okay, power and battery, power mode. Recommended. Luan, thank you. Best performance. Let's take a look at what that did over here. So that's good, but why is this still say, why does it still say balanced? I want this to say performance or high power mode, right? Flo says, after you click on battery in the taskbar, you have to click on the battery again with the percent next to it. Okay. Oh my gosh. That's a quick way of getting to where I need to be. Thank you. We're still unbalanced though, right? So let's do powercfg. I'm gonna do it this way. We're on the Galaxy machine now. I got a couple notes in the background, as you'll see. And I think I need to run this a slightly different way. Run as admin. Yes. Set execution policy. Boom. Now, where's that power mode? Let's make sure we're looking at the same thing together here. I'm going to use my little trick that I just learned to get in there real quick where I'm balanced. Let's go to best performance on this one. And we're also going to go to power. I love how there's just so many different settings that you can get to. But, you know, it's like, why can't it be all in one place? Nope. Here. This is set to balanced. So I want to expose the higher power mode, and I believe this is how we're gonna do it. So there's two options here. I'm gonna see if one works, and then I'll do the other one if it doesn't. powercfg. Look at that. Look at that. It says ultimate now. Wow. Ultimate? Who knows about ultimate? Wow. Now this person right here says use the Chris Titus Windows toolbox. That is a thing that I need to figure out, because I've never used the Chris Titus toolbox. Thank you, Chris Titus, whoever you are. I think it's a YouTuber. And if he has a toolbox, I better get that, because this is a pain. Michael says, if OEM doesn't add any plans, you only have one. Officially, that's the case. But unofficially, let's take a look at what we've got here under our power settings here. I hope this worked, because I'm going to look like an idiot if it didn't. See, it says ultimate performance right here. Just need to see that. I want to prove it to myself that this worked. Still says balanced. Okay, okay. Interesting. What about, oh, you know what? There's another command I need to do, which is this. Boom. Balanced? Are you serious? Ah, look at that. Did you see that? What mode are we on now? We're on high performance mode, folks. We're on high performance mode. See, for those of you that stuck with me, thank you. Thank you, folks. Now let's do the test again. All right, 25. That's the number to beat. Let's do it. And while that's happening, I need to do the same thing on this one. I wish there was a way to just share these things, but there isn't on a PC. Wow, okay, that's, you know, it's a little bit better, I suppose. Nice guesses, folks, but not quite, not quite. We got a little bit better. Got a little bit better. You know what? There's a couple more things here. Browser Bench has a couple more tests. We might as well run them, right? Let's do Jetstream. All right, so that's on the Galaxy machine. I'm trying to get the other machine set up too, so we can see these on the other machine too. Chaos Tube, Kumar, thank you so much. There were rumors that Snapdragon was faking the Geekbench scores. Can you run Geekbench 6 to confirm that? Yes, yes, I will run that test. Absolutely. We need to do that, and I'm going to do that next. So just do a quick jet stream here, and I'm also going to do the jet stream on my MacBook Air. Why not? Here we go. Running. Now I got to get this one configured and set up so that we can do the same thing on this one. The Surface machine. Let's try logging in here. This touchpad is all broken. Yeah, I might need a reboot on this machine to get that touchpad to work. Not sure what happened there. Not sure what happened. Okay, 350. Here are the scores for Jetstream on the Galaxy Book. It's pretty good. And now I need to configure the power plan on the Surface so we are on even ground here. We're gonna go high performance here, folks. And just so you can see what I'm doing, here we go. I'm pasting this weird thing into the terminal for ultimate performance. Yeah, these commands are kind of a pain. You can copy them from the video if you need to do this, or I'll just paste them into the description of this video once they're there. If anybody wants these right now, I don't think anybody wants these now, but I can paste them into the chat if you're really desperate. High performance mode is bad for single core performance, says Prateem. Why is it bad? Let's take a look at this to make sure we're on. Hopefully we still have a plan here. High performance, there we go. So now our Surface device also has high performance. And let's go back to this test. Let's start the test again. We got a score of what, 17 last, which is pretty bad. Let's do it again. So, just to summarize, Jetstream, that's pretty good. Whoa! Okay, so this machine had the biggest impact. 26.1 on the Surface machine. We had the biggest upside to changing the power plan on this machine. See, you all didn't believe this. You all didn't believe this. Somebody said 30, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. 26, yeah, nice try, nice try. You already saw it in the video. All right. Just to answer somebody's question here, who asked that question, which is a good question. Crypto Insight said, is it powered or no? I guess what you mean is it plugged in or no? And all these tests are not plugged in. We're supposed to have very close to the same scores, same performance characteristics on these new chips, whether you're plugged in or not. Huh? So, is that the case? Any guesses? Lost D, can you please use Chrome for speedometer? Surface sub needs users has better results on Chrome compared to Edge. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Even though they're both based on Chromium, I mean, I need to do Edge anyway. I need to do Chrome anyway. But I wanted to review the Jetstream scores with you first before we go on to that next test. So I'm gonna run Jetstream here. I'm also gonna download Chrome and do these tests on there. Because we are comparing Chrome on the MacBook Air, so it's only fair if we do Chrome on these machines also. Thank you, Lost D. Yeah, couldn't be that much different. Yeah, it's probably very close. I bet it's gonna be very close. Run Safari. Nice one. Nice one. All right, I got you, Piotr. You don't need to keep telling me. It's a good joke, though. It's a good joke. All right, we're close. We're close to the end of this Jetstream test, and here are the results. Ready? So we've got 327 on the Surface machine, 350.8 on the Samsung. This is in high performance mode, by the way. 350 and 351 on the MacBook Air M3. Let's do a quick temperature take. MacBook Air M3 at 26 degrees, 30 degrees for the Surface machine, 28 for Galaxy. So we got good temps on all the machines, folks. Good temps. Yeah, they feel pretty good. All three machines feel really nice. Okay, home. Usually the first thing I do, but yeah. Today we didn't do it that way. That's fine. So, for Chrome, there's a couple things. I wanted to test out how Prism works on these new machines. Prism is the translation layer that's equivalent to the Rosetta 2 translation layer on the Macs, but Microsoft has put this into the new Windows. The new version of Prism is supposed to be really good and supposed to run your x86 and x64 software very well with minimal degradation on ARM processors. So, how do we test this? Well, one way to test this would be to download the wrong version of Chrome. Right? We can download the x64 version of Chrome instead of the ARM version of Chrome and see how Prism behaves. So I'm thinking about doing that. Any interest? And while you're thinking about that, Manuel says, who has the best display of these two? It's kind of unfair to judge that. Let's do this though. I'm gonna turn up the brightness on the Surface device. Wow. Okay. Do you see how much brighter that is? That's crazy. Is this one bright? This one full brightness. The Surface device is brighter than the MacBook Air. I don't have a machine to measure it, but I can tell you it's brighter. Galaxy was already bright. I didn't need to raise the brightness, but let's see if I can. It's already at full brightness, so that makes sense. The Surface device looks better to me than the Galaxy machine. It's got a nice, very nice screen on it, and it's bright. Galaxy is not as bright, at least it doesn't look as bright, but the reason I said it's unfair is because the Galaxy screen is so much bigger. So overall, more screen real estate, I always prefer that. But for the quality of the image, I'd say the Surface is doing really well. I really like that. Just to take a little battery check, we're at 41%. We started at 49 on the Surface. We're at 52 on the Galaxy machine. We started at 60. Soon says, how about putting a sticker on the stream with results? Yeah, that's a good idea. If I knew how to do that, if I wasn't old school and I just didn't press a button and I had to figure it out, maybe I'll do that. Sorry, folks. Sorry, folks. Let me continue with my tests, okay? Because I want to get through this. Now, I didn't see anybody that's requesting any test about Prism specifically. And Rahul says Chrome runs natively on ARM. I know that. And in fact, when you go to the Chrome download page, it detects that you're running Windows for ARM right there. So if you want to find the x64 version, we're going to need to dig around for that. It's probably available somewhere down here. Download Chrome browser. Yeah, you're gonna need to try and find it. I know there's a link somewhere, but I don't have that handy. What's this? Okay. This might be it. Channel stable, file type, MSI, that's fine. Aha! Here we go. I'm gonna be bad and I'm gonna install the wrong version of Chrome so that we can compare how it behaves under Prism. Okay, Jim says test hypervisor. I got bad news for you, Jim. Hypervisor might be supported on this thing, but the vendors are not going to be supporting it just yet. So VirtualBox is not going to work on Windows for ARM. VMware is not going to work. And yesterday I tried QEMU, which also works. It works on it, but the images are all x64. They didn't put up any ARM images yet, so we gotta wait a little bit for that. What do we got? Do we have Chrome yet? Let's see. Did I already run this? Thought I did. What's going on? Is it not installing? It's just quitting. Hello? I wonder if their installer just is configured for this. Like, if you run on this architecture, just don't run, quit. It could be. That would be a shame. Thank you for choosing Chrome Enterprise. Let's see if we can find another version of Chrome somewhere that's maybe not Enterprise. If anybody has a link, let me know. Devon Partners. We could do one of these. It's still telling me it's gonna give me the ARM version, which I don't want. I want this. You can download Chrome for Windows 32-bit or WinARM or Android. They don't give me the 64-bit version. All right. Let's try the 32-bit version. Fine. Okay, that's running. That's good. Why not the dev, Adam? Seems like it's working for me. It's working. Is it laggy? Not really. It's actually working pretty well. So this is supposed to be, let's take a look at Task Manager here. This is supposed to be running through Prism seamlessly. I didn't even get notified like Rosetta used to notify you if you are running an x64 thing, an Intel-based machine program. This one doesn't. There's Chrome. It's x86. And there are still a bunch of these x64 and x86 programs, including Samsung's. Are you serious? Samsung, you weren't ready for this release? Come on, that's disappointing. I would think that Samsung, because they were, you know, the OEM for this thing, they would be ready with all their stuff converted and nice, and but oh, that's not the case. Okay, it's clearly slower, but let's check back with that one. I want to take a look at our Microsoft machine, and let's take a look at Task Manager here to see what's running and what kind of processes we got. We still have a couple. This one's always x64, so is this one. And Microsoft Edge Updater, come on. x86. Oh, they were so close. So close. Alright. Here's what we got. It's pretty bad. I gotta warn you. Test Prism with Unity? I don't think so. What, you want me to suffer? I thought I was your friend. What time is it? 3 o'clock. Alright. I got so many tests lined up. Alright. We won't be able to get through everything today, but this is pretty bad. Although this is the 32-bit version of Chrome, okay? It's not even the 64-bit version, and it's definitely not the ARM version. So now we're gonna try the ARM version of Chrome, which is gonna be better, I hope. Let's get rid of that. See what I'm doing? Uninstall Chrome. Okay, now let's go back to Chrome and we'll download the real Chrome. The one that's meant for this machine and that's optimized for Windows, for ARM. And maybe we'll get higher than 25. I don't know. What do you think? What's going to be the score? Put your guesses in. Here we go. All right. These are pretty low guesses, folks. Have you no faith? Toby says 32. That's respectable. That's pretty high. Whatnot, 56. Come on. Zadin, 69. Oh, come on. Come on. It's going really fast, I gotta say. It might be actually faster than Edge. 28. Hey, Sarim, 29. That was the closest. pretty good, pretty good. So this is Chrome. It's for ARM, and it is showing faster single core results than Edge. So pretty good. Let's do one more thing, folks. Geekbench, just so we can take a look at those scores and how they compare to what we've seen over the past few weeks and few months. So let's take a look at Windows processors. That looks good. That's downloading. Let's do the same thing over here. All right, that's installing. Not yet, but now. I don't know what happened with that touchpad, folks. That is ridiculous. So on the Samsung machine, we've got a couple of processes that are even Samsung-based processes that are not converted to ARM, which I find a little bit disappointing. They're probably not very serious processes. They're not like mission critical, but still, I'd love to see that task manager to be all ARM things. And on this one, the trackpad is gone. Well, I can still use the trackpad for scrolling, for double tapping, but there's no haptics. They just turned off. Very strange. Here we go. Also, take this with a grain of salt, these results that we're about to get, because, well, this is a brand new machine. It's doing all sorts of indexing and processing in the background. I'll have to rerun this when all that's settled down. But maybe this will give us a little bit of an idea of what's happening. And also, I switched this to high performance mode at this point, so that's going to affect the score. So we're just doing this because you're curious, right? Whoa. I hear you, Akshit. Samsung notebook has performance control via Samsung settings app. Does that mean that we have a higher performance available to us? Probably not, but let's take a look at that after this is done. Okay, somebody's posting how to enable Ultimate. Is that the same one I gave? David Otten? Although that's a different option. Set active. That just immediately activates it. That's pretty good. All right. So, yeah, while this is running, let's take a look at the battery. 46. And it says it's figured out that there's 2 hours remaining. Yeah. Not ideal. We're at 33 degrees on the Samsung. Let's get Geekbench over here on the 37% remaining on the battery on the Surface machine. Okay, so given all these scores that we've seen so far, well, so far we've really seen only single core score of speedometer. I'm definitely doing more developer oriented compilation tests and all that later. And the single core scores are doing, they're okay. They're not M3 level from Apple. But we knew that. We knew that going into this. Huh. Coil wine. It's either coil wine or I have a mouse. There's something in my box. Yeah. This machine is squeaking. Oh yeah. This is really funny because usually at this point an Intel-based machine, an x86-based machine would just be screaming. This machine is really quiet, so you can hear the coil whine, the little mouse type of sounds really well now. It's kind of funny. You can hear it? Can you hear the squeakiness? See if it does it again. Look at this. We got the scores, folks. Pretty good. Alright, I'm installing Geekbench over here on this other machine now. And I think these scores are not bad. They're actually about the same as I would expect for single core. They're close to the M3s. For multi-core, they're obviously more than the M3s because they have more cores. They have 12 cores instead of 8. But this number right here, the 12588 number, this is kind of like, this is lower than what we've seen from last week's numbers, right? So yeah, and also I saw the difference in the motherboard. The different scores we saw from last week had different motherboards, so it's kind of hard to tell what was responsible for it, right? Yeah, thanks for pulling that up, Ruslan. The M3 Pro, yeah, but that's the M3 Pro. This chip is more like price-wise. Okay. So the pricing, let's talk about that for a second. The pricing of these machines is more geared towards attacking or competing with the MacBook Air, right? And the MacBook Air doesn't have the M3 Pro chip in it. It has the M3 chip in it. And but the pricing of the Galaxy box is a little bit higher. The Galaxy box is like $1,800. So now we're getting into a little bit more of that M3 Pro on sale, maybe M2 Pro territory. Not quite as expensive as the Apple M3 Pro MacBook Pro. So it's like in between. But if you're going to compare the multi-core Geekbench result, I think you're still in the MacBook Air territory for the comparison. So the comparison will have to be done with the M3 Geekbench, not the M3 Pro. Second City Saint. Is that a reference to Second City? Is that the improv troupe? Can you compare the MPU versus the M3's neural engine? I think it blows it away. Love your content. Which one blows? Does the MPU on this new machine, on the X Elite, blow the M3's neural engine away? Or the other way around? Thank you, by the way. And yes, I plan on doing more of those tests. specifically some LLM tests later on. That's just going to require a little bit more setup. All right, Akshit. All right. You want me to check the Samsung settings? Let me just kick off this benchmark here, and I'll do that. All right, let's check these Samsung settings. See, I listen to you guys. Samsung setting. Now, I don't know where that is. Where is that? Let's take a look. Samsung Flow, Samsung Pass, Samsung Notes, Samsung Care, Samsung Gallery, Cloud Assistant. I don't see Samsung settings. So Mahmoud says you need to really reboot and restart. Ideally, yes. Ideally, you would need to start on a clean system, and I will do that. Yes, but this is just an unboxing video, okay? That we're going a little bit too deep into. So, oh, Adam says, what about run SQL Server? I got an answer for you for that. That's just not going to happen. SQL Server does not run on ARM. And I just did this the other day on my Volterra box, so I know for sure. Even the latest stuff won't run. Now, what's really interesting is that if you start up a Visual Studio project and you have like, and you use one of those templates for Blazor web app, for example, that has accounts, it has like a SQL Server Express with it, and that runs. So a little SQL Server Express instance is going to run, but SQL Server Management Studio can't connect to it, and you can't run the full SQL Server on that box or on any of the ARM machines. So, no luck there. All right, Akshit says, search for settings. Let's do it. Let's take a look at that. Settings. Sorry, there's no Samsung settings here. What's going on? You were so sure that it was gonna be here, but where is it? Where is it? I don't know. But that's what we're here for, right? You don't know and I don't know, so we're gonna take a look at this together. It's an unboxing. Okay, one more thing I want to do before we go, while this Geekbench is finishing. I want to take a look at CPU-Z, because I want to see what kind of motherboard is included in this machine and if it matches this right here for the Geekbench result. And I think CPU-Z will give us that, and there is an ARM version of CPU-Z, so we're going to use that. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. CPU-Z. Let's get it. Open file. And there it is. Capoose. Here we go. X Elite Pro. So I'm getting all these different chip names. X Elite, X Plus, X Elite Pro. I wish that they would just be a little bit more consistent. I guess in the long run it doesn't matter, but still, like, where's the marketing department here? David says, ultimate performance mode puts unnecessary background processes to sleep. I like that. I definitely like that. Just a question for you, David. Were you here when I switched to the ultimate plan using the powercfg? And is there anything that I missed? It's probably something that I missed, but you know, I don't know. DJ, thank you so much, DJ Nukchoris. Nice. If you had to run Kali Linux for ARM as a VM on one of these, how would you do it? That's a very good question. So I would probably use QEMU and go to their repository and bug the creator to release the ARM version of Kali Linux image. Oh, yeah. At this time, I don't know. I know that you can just spin up WSL pretty easily, and that'll give you a few options. And whether Kali Linux is on that list, I don't remember. I know that Ubuntu is the default, but you can switch. You can switch to a different one. I'm just not sure if Kali is on that list. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of people saying x86 Geekbench. Leo is saying that. Okay, let's. The Surface just finished, so let's take a look at that, and then we'll come back to the Galaxy machine. Here is the score for the Surface, and as you can see, it's a little bit higher. So just so we have it side by side. Oh, single core is actually a little bit lower. Can you see that? All right, single core is higher on the Galaxy book, just a little bit. It's negligible, right? But the multi-core score is higher over here, even though they both have 12 cores. Oh, this trackpad. I'm sure this is just temporary. I can't even scroll down. That's annoying. Okay. This doesn't give a laptop motherboard number, model number. Just want to take a look at these processors. I think that they're the same. Oh, the scrolling is really nice on the Galaxy book. So here's the power plan. High performance. We've got Snapdragon X Elite. And here it says Snapdragon X. That's gonna not confuse anybody, sure. Here we have 3.4 gigahertz. Here it doesn't say the gigahertz. This is the 84 variant. This is the 80 variant. Which does not tell me why this one got a lower score than this one. Because they both have 8 cores. Here's the base frequency. 3.42, 3.8 on this one. Herma says Olama. Yep, I plan to do that. Docker for ARM. So Docker was recently released in beta for Windows for ARM. So it's available now in beta. We'll see what we can do with that. Time for battery check. Thank you, Akash, for reminding me. Let's take a look at that. 32 on the Surface. I don't think this is gonna last me till tomorrow, guys. 40 over here on the Galaxy. Yeah. Don't judge it yet. Don't judge it yet. Out of curiosity, what's my M3 at? 39. So let's take a look at the CPU-Z and the motherboard. Let's see if it matches here. Yes, KB1US. Yep. And the benchmark score we got the other day from Book Edge was a different motherboard. That one is the NT940. See, is that the same? No, different. Very different. I don't know what that means. If anybody knows anything about Samsung motherboards on laptops, what does this mean? That the other score from the other day when I did the video on the report of the Geekbench scores, the motherboard over there was NT940 XMAA-RS2, which is very different than this one. And that one got very similar score, but they were using, what power plan were they using? Does it say here? No. That one didn't even say the power plan. What does that mean? So interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Let's see if anybody says anything about the Mobos. The Mobos on the Samsung machines. Anita says, you guys do realize it's been on for more than 2 hours. Has it? Have we been on for more than 2 hours? Yeah, about 2 hours now. I guess we should just all be thankful. We are on battery after all. There's barely any heat. There's barely any sound. There's no sound, really. Although we did hear a little bit of coil whine from the Galaxy machine, zero coil whine from the Surface machine. That's something to keep in mind. The coil whine is, it's not bad, but it's kind of annoying. Yeah. People be hating on every result. I don't know, like, so the results we're getting are, they're not exceptional, right? But they're not bad. Considering the Surface machines are around the $1,000 range, and I'm sure the trackpad issue I'm having is just temporary. I hope. But this feels like a good quality machine. Like, I have it next to the MacBook Air. It looks like they basically just copied it. It feels good. It's a nice machine. It's got a nice MagSafe. I can't call it that, but whatever they call it. Power. I think it's a little bit heavier than the MacBook Air. Let's see. MacBook Air is MacBook Air is 400. No, what is this? 1233 grams. Sorry about that. Surface is 1345 grams. And Galaxy Book is a big one, so it's a big chunker. 1566. All right. So, what are you guys saying over here? Yeah, people are asking for specific tests. I plan to do more of those, of course. And Cult of Tranquility says this is just the beginning very soon, more powerful. So yeah, about that. I mean, this is Qualcomm's kind of first dive into this kind of integration, right? This close partnership with Microsoft, the acquisition of Nuvia to get this chip going. This is a very different chip than we've had before from Qualcomm. Much, much better. And it's their first one, right? So it's going to get better. But you still have to decide whether you want to invest in this ecosystem or not, because it is kind of an ecosystem at this point. Windows for ARM is its own thing. Prism seems to work, but it's limited, right? The performance of Prism applications is going to be limited. So you'll be able to run your x64 apps on this machine, but they're not going to be as performance. You won't be able to play any x64 games for sure. Your IDEs of choice are probably going to be ARM capable very soon if they're not already. But if you run those are going to be fine. Probably not as ideal as they could be. But this is the first iteration, and it's going to get better. I'm going to put this user in timeout because that's way too much. Too much. Sorry, Akshit. %57% of your audience is interested in Linux. I am also interested in Linux and seeing how Linux will behave on this. Yeah. Now there is a company in Germany, Tuxedo, I think, and they're supposed to be doing something with this chip. Don't quote me on this, but I thought I saw that they were working on a Linux variant of this. I'm not sure actually, if anybody can confirm that. Cherry, thank you so much, appreciate that. Mario says, please read the benchmark scores again. So you can rewatch the video later. I will leave it up. But these are the scores for the latest test I did, which was Geekbench. 2791 single core on the Surface, 14126 multi-core on the Surface, 2858 single core on the Galaxy, 12588 on the multi-core on the Galaxy. Just it's weird that they're reversed, but it could be like little things, like the machine is just getting started, getting ready, and I probably have more things running on my Galaxy at this point than on the other machine. So, you know, things are gonna balance out and shake out a little bit over the next couple of days. There's going to be updates. I'm going to do more tests, and I'm going to do some more specifically developer related compilations, builds, and things like that. So stay tuned for that. And the thermals are pretty good. We're at 28 degrees, 29 on the Surface. We're at 29 degrees over here on the Galaxy. Doing good as far as temperatures and noise. Battery, I guess if these were Intel machines, they'd be dead by now. We're at 29% on the Surface, started at 49, so that's not too bad. We're at 37 over here on the Galaxy. We started at 60. I think we'll wrap it up here because we took a little bit too long to get things going, but now is a good time to stop. But definitely stay tuned for videos that are coming out on the channel. And also, I'm gonna get a few more machines in here, X Elite, and also not X Elite. Intel machines to compare it to the new Surfaces to see how they've changed over time. So thank you so much, folks, for joining and for listening, and also for asking your questions. Hopefully this was beneficial and useful for you all, folks. We'll see you real soon now.